Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now I saw this. Man, I don't forgot my watch. Saw this here and didn't know if it was true, so I just Googled it and looked at it. Looks like it has a little bit of truth to it at least about the Teyana Taylor and the Aaron Pierre. And remember, this isn't about them because we really don't necessarily, we don't know them, we don't know their story, but this is something that you need to apply to just your everyday knowledge and your everyday life when it comes to looks compatibility in this 2026, and something that you have to think about and be mindful of in this here situation, because we've seen where you have Tayana Taylor, who she, for the most part, she wears a low cut and she has a very chiseled face, very, high cheekbones, a lot of structure in her face. Just looks very intentional. And she could do Botox and filler and things of that nature and different type of things, and don't necessarily mean that it's all natural. She is also very fit, and at the same time too, I think I remember Tayana Taylor from My Sweet 16, the show on MTV or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But that could have been somebody else. But she has abs. And so abs on a woman is very rare. It's not something that we see all the time. And she looks like a good height, like a decent height. Like she don't look super short. She could be, but don't look it whenever I see her in a picture. And she is the mother of children to former NBA player Iman Shumpert. And so therefore that also adds to everything that she is. And then you have Aaron Pierre, who is, he's swole buddy, got the muscles on him, light skin. I think he has lighter colored eyes. I don't know if they green or whatever they is. I'm trying to pull up a picture. And he kind of looked like, y'all know, the boxer who unfortunately just got in a bad wreck and lost some of his close friends. He kind of looked similar to Anthony Joshua, that Aaron Pierre, as far as like how they stature and skin color and just the generalities of their looks. And so Teyana Taylor looks like she could be, they similar in skin color, but it's still a difference, in their skin. And so you don't really know if he considers it color contrast. And Tayana, which you can't really say today, because a lot of times as humans we believe everything that we see. And but Tayana could get Botox and filler because it is a very common thing. And she have come out and said that she has done threesomes and stuff like that with her ex. And that also adds to your resume and who you are as a person. And so I can't say that someone who would risk their life and their health doing threesomes won't get filler and Botox and those things to kind of give their face a certain structure. Nor can I say that that person won't do ab sculpting and liposuction and be on peptides. And I think what happens is, as a lot of times, everyday people don't understand the lives of celebrities and don't understand how much stuff they have access to So everyday woman will just look at Teyana Taylor and be like, "Oh, her body is amazing. She's so beautiful. Her face is amazing. Her skin is amazing," and not realizing what all she could be doing. And if she isn't, then it's just a testament to her and her genetics, and God blessed her. But the thing you have to understand about looks compatibility is men desire femininity. And if you wear a short hairstyle, it already is going to make you skew more to masculinity than femininity. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong with the short hairstyle. It's just that a man is naturally going to see you closer to a man than he is to a woman. So the other things about you have to be very feminine. So let's say if you have a shorter hairstyle and you wear baggy jeans and a baggy hoodie and Air Force Ones, now you look like you like women. But man is gonna feel like you're trying to be very overtly masculine. And so he's gonna assume that you like women. Now, and ironically, Teyana Taylor likes women. And I saw a comment that said, I won't be surprised if I end up seeing Tayana end up with a woman. And so, what you also have to remember when it comes to compatibility, is not just about looks. Compatibility is also about your spirituality, your emotions, your emotional intelligence, your character, your integrity, your belief system. All of those things matter in compatibility. But that may be spiritual compatibility, emotional compatibility, financial compatibility, not just looks compatibility. Now, I believe I might have told y'all this, that Teyana and Aaron Pierre are not looks compatible because he has a masculine facial structure, jaw structure. And ironically, I just had this reference because I seen this yesterday, but Vince, who was with Tamar Braxton, Vince's facial structure could be, because he more rounded off, could be attracted to a Tayana facial structure. But Aaron, with his like box face, he's not really compatible with a box face woman. And when I'm saying box face, I mean like square. Kind of like how that jaw, and them cheeks, it's like it's not enough rounding. Them cheekbones and they jawbones is sharp. And so a man who looked like he could handle a punch to the jaw is not attracted to a woman who looked like she could handle a punch. When you have them strong faces, them strong jaws, and there's just not really a thing, because what you have to remember with looks compatibility is opposites attract. So you could have similarities, but unless you are attracted to the same sex, then you don't want somebody who look like you. And that's where, that right there is where the nuance comes in. So if a man is seen as pretty, and if he happens to be bi, he may want a woman who looks masculine because she reminds him of a man. And if a woman is seen as pretty, but also masculine. But she likes women. She may want a man that is overly pretty. And so that can happen sometimes too with the just in the nuances of this thing. So one of the things that you have to remember when it comes to looks compatibility is a man who may be into men will want the type of woman they attracted to will be different. Like the type of woman that they willing to deal with, she don't have to have a certain look. So if you know as a woman you are a peculiar looking woman, meaning you kind of have a unique look, and not every woman you pass, if you pass by 10 women in the grocery store, it's only one of them, maybe two of them at the most gonna look like you. You have to be more careful in your dating because you will attract men who are into men because they don't care about a woman's looks and her looking traditional or conventional, because the man is just looking for what y'all call a beard. He's looking for a cover up. And the same with women. So there's a lot of people who are attracted to their same gender, and they are hiding in a relationship with someone of the opposite gender, and they're doing this for culture and community and religion. But deep down, they're actually attracted to their same gender. And they get in a relationship with somebody. So sometimes if you see somebody, a man or a woman, and you see them as good looking, and you look and you see that they with somebody that you see as not good looking, it could be, it's a strong possibility that the good looking person is into their same gender, and the person they're with is just their umbrella, just their covering. And that's why you see that happen sometimes. Now, the thing about it is, now speaking on the celebrity example, with Teyana, she is like, and for a man, for just like, for all intents and purposes, a man will see a woman with a peculiar look like Teyana as like a must have, like a notch in the belt, like an experience, like I gotta try this caramel butterscotch pecan toffee coffee buttermilk vanilla crunch ice cream. You see what I mean? Like, I don't want it every day, but I done came into Baskin Robbins or Cold Stone. Can I get that little dip? That little spoon? Can I taste this right here? I'm just curious to taste this right here. But I'm going to go on with my cookies and cream in the bowl or on the cone and pay for that and go on about my business. Like, I could eat the whole cookies and cream, the whole vanilla, the whole chocolate. But this butter pecan, caramel, toffee, buttermilk, coffee, vanilla, let me get a little dab of that. Get a little dollop. Let me taste that right there. That's what Teyana Taylor and women like that. And men like that, that's what they represent. It's kind of like the guy, another example, the Pete, is it Pete Davidson? He got a commercial where they talking about and they plan on the size of his thing. They, for some reason, they say it's been said that he got an old meat leg on him. It's a white boy. And when you look at him, he kind of sunken in the eyes, dark under his eyes, kind of got those, serial killer teeth, and just look kind of scary as a person. Like, you just look like somebody you don't want to mess with. Like, look like somebody that will eat your heart, like your literal heart. That's how Pete Davidson looked to me. And you'd seen Kim Kardashian went and got with him. And I would imagine went to be with him, to sleep with him, because of what they said. Now, whether it was what it was cracked up to be, if it was actually all of that, or if that's just a rumor and she found out about the rumor, or if it was all of that. But you see, it ain't keep her with him. You see, they ain't stay together. So he was the little dip on a chip just to get a little taste. But it's not aesthetic enough to stay with. He ain't aesthetic enough for Kim Kardashian to remain with. Now I'm going to tell you now, that right there, I just stumbled upon that. But that is actually looks compatible. Aaron Pierre with Kim Kardashian. That's actually looks compatible. Because when you got a light-skinned man with light eyes, he wants a black woman for black credibility, for a cookout card. He's not genuinely, authentically attracted to a black woman. It's more rare. It happens, but it's more rare. And as we seen, it didn't work out. But he don't necessarily want a all the way white woman, because he may be called a sellout and a switch out. You think you all that. You hate yourself. You hate us. But a woman with a little bit of tone, with a little bit of culture, Armenian, something like that, Persian, something like that, get a little sprinkle of credit because she's not Caucasian. And so that'll take and make a man like Aaron Pierre be with a Kim Kardashian. And they will actually run a absolute bag up. I'm talking about that bag will be insane. And that same type of look in everyday life will have the same effect. So the light and the dark, the white and the black, it can go together. And it just have to match the fly. The fly got to match. And it can do it. I got a homeboy who, he's a white guy, but he got swag though. He's not what they call a wigger. So he don't try to act black. And in no way does he try to act black. But he bald head, got a salt and pepper beard, wear the cool little glasses, and be dressing. And he got him a sister. She pretty, she fit, slim fit, not thick fit. She slim fit and be dressing. And she black, he white. They look perfect together. Looks compatible. And for some reason, they family like black people. His sister date black men. His brother is married to a black woman. For some reason, they date black people. And I dated the sister for a day when we was kids, high schoolers or something like that. And so I say that to say, it's like sometimes it's just the compatibility could be across the aisle. Like it could be outside of the race, outside of the complexion. But what you have to realize is it's a gamble, because and you may be an experiment. That's what you have to realize, is that you may be an experiment. So when you understand your looks and you understand who you are naturally compatible with, and you get somebody who is outside of your compatibility, unless you're just having fun and you just want to add a body and you want to risk the damages and the risk of a soul tie, of a STD, and things of that nature, then you have to move slowly. You got to tread lightly and you got to hold your body back. You got to hold your body back, because you will end up giving your body and you just be an experiment. You just an experiment for this person. So, for example, there's a lot of white women who just want to experience a black male. They can't marry him. They can't take him home. They can't take him serious. They don't like black men. They think black men are irresponsible and ratchet, ghetto, will leave you as a single mom. They can have all those feelings, but they want to experience a black man. So it's a lot of white women that are married to a white man, and the white man has no clue that she slept with multiple black men when in college. He has no clue. The white man has no clue. And sometimes it's a black man with a white woman and he have no clue how many, because I was a black man in college. And it literally was white women that the only time you see them or speak to them is to sleep with them. There was white women that we slept with that we didn't even know their name, and never seen them again or never talked to them again. And it was just crazy. But I didn't realize it at that young age that we are like novelty. Like we are like the forbidden fruit. That there are stories and myths about us as black men that some white women want to explore and experience, but knew they can't be with a black man. And I didn't realize that. And that's just the reality of it. That's just the truth of the matter. A lot of people get mad, they get in their feelings, they feel like I'm hating on white women or I'm racist. When I just call a thing a thing. Like it's just the truth of the matter. And you can end up being with a white woman. Like some white women that their parents will allow it. If the black man is a certain type of black man, their parents will allow it. Or if they could look at their daughter and they look at their daughter as like the runt of the family, or like look at their daughter and they like, she not traditionally pretty, she not traditionally beautiful. So the white guys aren't gonna want her. But we rather her not be single, and we'd rather her get married and have kids. So let's just approve the black guy, and or the Mexican guy or the Asian guy or whatever, and they'll have that conversation. They'll have that conversation. It's just like the lady, Becca Bloom, that's online, that's going viral. So to a male, she's not attractive. But what is attractive is her money. But the thing about it is she not dumb. So she know that a black man will only want her for her money. And she know a regular white guy, like you know, the tall, muscular, athletic, handsome white guy, like let's say a Travis Kelce, will only want her for her money. So what is her husband? He is the white guy that white women will only want for his money. So that is the perfect fit. When you have someone who is on the outskirts of looks on the female side, and then someone who is on the outskirts of looks on the male side, and they on two different races. So that the men in her race don't necessarily want her. They're not attracted to her genuinely and authentically. And the women in his race are not attracted to him genuinely and authentically. So now they come together and they make the perfect couple, because both of them are on the outskirts of conventional beauty, the conventional or societal beauty constructs. And the thing about it is, it's painful. It's painful. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You get with somebody that you think is ugly, and you're gonna be in pain. You don't try to act holier than now. Just cause it's just me and you talking. Don't try to act like you just you so philanthropic. Cause you could already had you somebody. But they got to look a certain way. They got to look on a certain level. Don't look at me like that. I already know. Cause you could go out here and get you somebody that look like a dollop of ginger with a sprinkle of cinnamon, but you don't want that. You don't want that. You want you some chocolate or some caramel. And so go get that dollop of ginger. Go get that dollop of cinnamon. You don't want that. So that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So it's like a man who is seen as attractive. Like, here's the thing though with women. So women, y'all can't really speak on this because y'all absolutely lose y'all mind once a man got money. Oh, I think Becca Bloom husband is handsome. I think he's really attractive. Yeah, because you see all them gifts he be getting. You can't see past them gifts. Like, tell us you a gold digger without telling us you a gold digger. Like, we know what handsome look like. We know who y'all say is handsome. And it ain't the men who look like that. So let's be all the way real. And I know about this because the lady is big into fashion and my wife into fashion. So my wife followed her. So she came up on my popular page. So I followed her on Instagram to get some gift ideas. I can't afford what her husband be getting. But hey, I'm going to work up to it, boy. Hey, I'm going to work up to it. Hey, go on to TonyCastleAcademy.com so I can afford one of them Becca Bloom gifts. And so this the thing. If you with somebody who is outside of the traditional look scale, it's going to be painful unless it's something that makes up for it. So you could look like Taylor Swift if you have Taylor Swift Monty. You could look like Becca Bloom if you have Becca Bloom Monty. You could look like Jeff Bezos if you have Jeff Bezos Monty. You could look like Bill Gates if you have Bill Gates Monty. You see what I'm saying? And so we are programmed in this society by beauty constructs. So if a person's eyes are too beady or too round or too bulging, a person taking, and I coach a lot of people who have a different set of eyes, and they're like, Tony, people talk about my eyes, or they look at me differently, or they treat me differently because of my eyes. And that's because of the beauty constructs. That's because, so if you take the eyes, like Tracy Ellis Ross, if you take those eyes and you give us 6 other star actresses with those eyes, there will be a lot more men who will see the beauty in those eyes. So Tracy Ellis Ross is single, to my knowledge. But what she got is a booty. So now what'll happen is a man will not lock her down, meaning commit to her, because every day, if he is programmed by the beauty constructs of society, her eyes it'll bother him because they're unique, because they're different. It'll bother him, and every time it'll be like, every time he look at her, it'll be like swallowing nails. Because he's so programmed by, your eyes is supposed to sit back in your head. So if your eyes are leaning out to that level, it's going to be such an adjustment to where a man will only do it for a perk. Not a Percocet, a perk. Meaning to see her naked, to see her booty jiggle, see it wiggle, see it clap, to experience it. He want to clap cheeks, and after clapping cheeks to the Clappington level that he wanted to clap, he will find a way to sabotage the relationship. So this is where self-awareness is very important. You gotta have self-awareness. It doesn't mean to hate yourself, to beat yourself up. It means you move with caution. It means you protect your heart. You protect your body. And I noticed that too. I noticed that a lot of women who have an eye set like a Tracy Ellis Ross have an amazing shape. Because God don't give us everything. So a man will get with her for her shape. Then you'll see a woman who have perfect eyes in the sense of society. Not on your level, not on my level, not on what we call, but society says these green eyes, or these piercing blue eyes, or these whatever eyes that sit like this and got this kind of color is ideal, because that's what the movies say, that's what the magazines say. That woman right there will not have Tracy Ellis Ross booty. She might be flight bike, what we call a flight bike. Like a cardboard bike there, just like a long bike with a crike. And because God don't give us everything. So now a man got to take her and get her on a squat machine. He taking her to a squat rack every day. He got her on that squat rack. He love her face. He hate her body. And that's how it be on the other side. A man might love her body and hate her face. Same thing like with a woman. The men that women say have the biggest thing that they might like, those men in most cases will not have the height that they want, like 6 foot or taller, or will not have the face that they want. So it's a lot of men who may have them a thing, have them a hammer, but face look like their nose was stepped on. And so now the woman is like, man, okay, she pleased in the bedroom with the instrument, but every time she look at him, she got to get past that set of nostrils. And he got a set of nostrils on him. He might have a set of nostrils on him, or he may have a set of eyes on him that sit different. He might have a jaw. Might have a set of jaws on him. Megalodon. And she have to get past that. And she looking and she like, woo, woo. She trying to dress him up. She trying to give him some hot chocolate. She tried every kind of outfit in the world. And she's still struggling with that facial structure. She's still struggling with that set of face he got on. But that pole on him, that hammer, that meat leg, oh, she all the way pleased with that. But see, God don't give us everything. And so, but what there is there's an averageness. It's some of us that just average to where we just meet the quota. We meet the quota on that right there. And that's where you get lost in the sauce. Meaning, the average height for a man in America is 5'9". The average height for a woman is 5'4". So a 5'9" man may be 5'9". He may have an average, handsome, decent looking look, and an average male body part that meet the quota. It get the job done. Might be a woman who's like 5'4"-ish. And when I say this, I mean give or take, an inch or two. 5'4", average body. It get the job done. Nothing is extenuating. Nothing crazy. Like it ain't like rest all super big and perky and lifty and all that, booty all big and round and perfect and all of that. It ain't like that. It just got what she need, where she needed at. Face is decently attractive. And so that right there through line is what a lot of people end up subconsciously looking for and gravitating towards. Unless they greedy or selfish, then they want something extenuating. They want something above and beyond. They want something. So if the average man is 5'9", and you're a woman and you're the average height, and you want a man who is above average height, that means you're greedy. And you're going to most likely get set up for failure or get hurt. Because you're average and you're asking for above average. You're 5'4", but you want 6 foot. That don't go together. Same thing with a man. If you're beneath average height, you're under 5'9", but you want a woman that's over 5'4", you're being greedy. because you're average, you're below average, and you want a woman that is above average. That don't go together. If you have an average body, meaning not a Greek sculpture, but not Buddha, you're in the middle. But you want a Greek sculpture, you're being greedy. Or if you built like Buddha and you want somebody built like a Greek sculpture, you're being greedy. Now, what you have to be mindful of is the Greek sculpture that wants somebody built like Buddha. That's what I mean by somebody being attracted to their own gender and using somebody else as a cover up. Because we are naturally attracted to our looks range, our compatibility, because of how the brain is programmed. So it's very unnatural for somebody who is slim and fit or athletically fit or mediumly fit to be attracted to someone who is obese or overly overweight. That's not natural. It's not organic. It's not authentic. So there's a extenuating circumstance in there to where either one or two things, either the person is into their own gender or they have developed a fetish. So there is a thing of where a man may get with a woman and he may want to lift her stomach. He may want to lift and poke. And so he may have that fetish of getting in there with a lot of cushion, with a lot of meat, with a lot of body, and getting in there and getting that feel. And he feeling like he's dominating or conquering a much larger woman, a woman who much larger than him, but he get to that body part where he feel he can conquer, and so that may give him a high as a little man. Like he might be a petite man, but in that moment he get to use his body to get with her body, and in that area he may be too big for her or too whatever for her, and so she is broken down like, ow, wow, whoa, what, whoa, and then he get to feel like a big man because he naturally little, and so like skinny, and get thumped by another man and he gone with the wind. And so you have to understand that. So sometimes you will see a man who built like this. He built like this with a woman who built like this. And you like, what going on? What going on? And it's he want to be appreciated. He not into his same gender. He want to be appreciated. He want to be a prize. And he confident with his manhood, the man part, that when he get that there, he gonna be able to do his thing, and she gonna feel him and respect him. Because just because she have, more size on her, don't mean that correlate to that body part, that's like an ocean or something. It could be the absolute opposite. And so that's the thing. Now, me personally, I have no experience with that because I've always been just genuine in my attraction. So if I'm not attracted to a woman, I didn't deal with the woman in that way. I'll be her best friend. We'll kick it. We'll laugh. We'll talk. But I wouldn't try to be intimate with her if I wasn't genuinely and authentically attracted to her. So if she was too masculine, or I thought she was into women, or she was into women, but she was bi, or if I wasn't attracted to her physically because she too small or too big or whichever it is, like little, bigger, and it's just not my attraction, too light, you know, too white, too this, too that, too tall, too short, whatever. If I wasn't attracted to her, I ain't deal with her intimately. We'll be homies now. We'll be cool. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice to everybody. But I just wasn't in the business of just using women for just an experience or an experiment if I wasn't genuinely attracted. So it was a lot of. So my body count could have been way higher. Like some of my homeboys who just slept with any and everybody. I just couldn't do that for whatever reason. I just couldn't do it. But so I want you to understand that that's how that works in there, to where there are experiments. So back to the example I gave you of Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre, and I told y'all from the beginning that that was an experiment. A lot of people say it was PR and all of that, which it could have been. You know, it could have been PR, but at the same time, it's like nobody really doing PR that they don't want to do, because they still wanted that experience. She wanted to be able to be with a man who got a lot of women drooling over him in this season. And he wanted to be with a woman, a black, strong woman, a black, strong, single mom, to show that he down with the sisters. So that was his sister card. He wanted to show the sisters, I'm down with y'all. We not gonna work out now. But because I know y'all sisters don't really care about y'all sisters, and y'all will stab y'all sister in the back, and you will sleep with y'all sister man, I know that if I just use one of y'all for clout, y'all gonna clap it up, and y'all not gonna see through what I'm doing. Y'all not gonna understand and see that I'm really attracted to white women or Hispanic women or biracial women, but I'm a deal with 100% black woman with abs and a low cut and get that clout. So on my next movie, black women know who I am. So that on Aaron Pierre's side, that's also a business move. Whether that was his intention or not, that's what it also was. It was a business move, because now Aaron Pierre, now every black woman, a lot of people didn't know him until Teyana Taylor, because I ain't know who Buddy was. I seen Buddy in just a random Netflix movie. And I tried to watch the movie because I was like, what this big swole joker doing in this movie? I said, let me see how he act. I said, cause this don't even look right. Like, I ain't never seen no big swole, scrawny jawed man with light eyes, and just like I'm trying to figure this out. Like, what is this that I'm looking at? Like, this is kind of weird. Like, I never seen no man that we ain't ever had no man in the acting world that come out here looking big, big faced and strong faced, but yet at the same time, like, how you look strong and soft? That's how I was wondering. Like, let me see how this man act, see what his personality is. And I wasn't too crazy about that acting. Long way from Denzel. Like, you really get to appreciate Denzel. You really get to appreciate. Nah, and it's the same thing. Kylie Jenner got a guy who the base level of her and the base level of him, they compatible. The new booty, the new person she became, is not compatible with the guy she with. She with a white guy now, and he's a good actor. Went and seen his movie with my son and my wife. That boy can act, boy. That's acting right there now. That boy can act. But they together, and they possibly gonna work for a little while at least, for a good little while at least, because at their core, they looks compatible. My son like, yeah, he a marger. That's what they call like handsome guys or whatever. Margers. I say, boy, that boy a goggle. That boy ain't no marger. I'm like, these women, they want that man. They do not want that man. They want that man because he got that money. Because he got act. That ain't what the white boys look like that the women be wanting. The white boys that the women be wanting, that the white women be wanting. I got a client that he went to the NFL. He played basketball, but then went to the NFL. White boy, boy like 6'8", built like a Greek sculpture. That's what they really be want. That's what they really be want. They be wanting that 6'2" on up, built like a athletic quarterback. Not built like Tom Brady now. You can have Tom Brady money, but that's what they really be wanting. The white women. They don't be wanting little scrawny guys, but they will settle for that for marriage. They will marry that now because the men get to that bag. They will marry it now. But if they just all out the door, out the gate now, as a grown adult woman, they'll choose differently. If they had the opportunity to. And every now and then when they get one, like the Danish deception, what was the Danish deception? They be loving it. They be all up the alley, loving it. So you got to realize and understand that with that looks compatibility, there are certain experiments that you have to know, and you got to realize, are you an experiment? I didn't realize that in college, that for women of another race, I was an experiment, and that it was my own women who were genuinely attracted to me. And I never forget, black girl from D.C., can't remember what we called her. I was dating a white girl, and we were sitting at the table. All of us was sitting at the table, and I sat in front of the black girl, and she said to me, "You a waste of a fine black man." I said, "What? How in the world you just gonna say that in front of a white girlfriend, nah?" But I was an experiment for her. But I'm gonna tell you why I was with her. She got a car. You ain't got no car. She got a savings. You ain't got no savings. I get to eat at Hardee's every night. I'm getting me a Carl Jr. every night. I get Domino's every night. You eat in the cafeteria on a meal plan. I get to eat the meal plan with you. Then I get to go get me some Hardee's. And I get to drive her car. I'm getting to drive her car to the mall. I'm getting to drive her car to the airport to meet my other woman. I'm getting to drive her car. You ain't got no car out of PG County. So that's what it was. It was an experiment, and it was perks. It was not Percocets, but perks. So that's why I was with that white woman in college. I'm like, man, I'm trying to make my experience easy. I'm trying to have a soft life. My birthday, I'm getting 2-3 NBA jerseys that cost $80 a piece. My black homeboys who got a black girl, they getting a hat for $20 for their birthday. Man, I'm in the money. And soon as she ran out of money, I was gone. Wasn't no more perks. Hey, got to go. Time for my coaching session. So study this, listen to this, listen to it again, listen to it 2 times, and do it out of your feelings. Get out, go delete your comment that you wrote from your feelings, and just understand this is the reality of life. Whether you like it or not, this is what it is. Get out your feelings and learn it so you don't get played as an experiment, male or female, so that you get who is genuinely attracted to you and you don't get played. All the important links in the description. Solopreneur Mastermind enrolling right now. All access enrolling. Go ahead, sign up. See you there. God bless you. We'll talk soon.